Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic, aka Railworks. And today, I'm going to be taking a look at something a little bit out of my wheelhouse. A little bit new for me, but hey, why not? We're going to be taking a look at the SD70ACu bundle from Searchlight Simulations, a relatively recent release from them. This will be the Canadian Pacific bundle. I do know there's a Norfolk Southern model as well that is available as a separate purchase. However, I did not pick that one up. But they are doing their Halloween sale as of today. Today being Wednesday, October 30th, 2024. And you can pick up the Canadian Pacific bundle for like $18, $18.99, somewhere around that area. So I figured, hey, what the heck. I used the snot out of the Searchlight SD40-2s, and I own all but the Caltrain sound packs. Needless to say, their products are absolutely wonderful. Their quality is outstanding. And so I thought, why not? I've about run out of American models alone to look at. There's plenty of enhancement packs and such that I haven't gone over yet, but just as standalone models, I've kind of run out of good quality American products for the time being. Of course, we're waiting on Diesel Workshop and Machine Rail to put out new stuff. Searchlight, obviously, is always doing quality work, but I'm not going to worry too much about the history of these. If you want to know about the SD70ACu, you can Google it yourself, because personally, I don't know jack all about them. I couldn't tell you the difference between all the SD70s. It's just not my wheelhouse. I don't really care for modern railroading at all. I'm of the opinion that they all look identical. But if you float your boat, it floats your boat. So I thought they'd be kind of fun just for the paint schemes. The Canadian Pacific bundle was done hand in hand actually with Canadian Pacific, or now CPKC. They're just going to be Canadian Pacific to me. Sorry guys, but apparently it was done hand in hand with Canadian Pacific right around the time that CP started doing these really neat heritage paint schemes. And I freaking love them. Like, I won't lie. I absolutely love these paint schemes. Still not a big fan of modern railroading, but this is actually my first look as well. I have not operated these locomotives. I have not moved them. I haven't touched them. I literally just got finished downloading them and placed them all in a scenario. The other three are over there, the more normies, but these will be this is the set that we'll be using for our sounds and physical operations and whatnot. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locomotives included in the pack, and in usual fashion there are different setups per model. I don't know how else to put it. You have your lead, which is the locomotive that you will use, and then you have your trailing models, which are set up to be used as immued to whatever lead you are using. And then you have AI leads and trailings for AI use. So that's pretty neat. They all are very much compatible with Searchlight Simulations freight cars. Matter of fact, it's recommended to use Searchlight's freights. So that is actually what we have here. A whole string of CP hoppers from Searchlight Sims. We are on Canadian mountain passes. The sun will come out a little bit. What do you know? But right off the bat, man, these are cool looking locomotives. So we have the the Air Force Heritage model right here. Of course, I had to choose the Air Force model for our test dummy because, you know, U.S. Air Force veteran here. Why not? It would be absolutely blasphemy to go with anything else. I'm kidding. I know it's corny, but why not? So it's got this kind of nice grade camouflage. Looks oddly familiar. A gray I have seen all too much of attached to a C-130. But absolutely slick looking models. We have the Army. You know what? Let me make my life a little bit easier. Let's go into our editor here real quick. It's a little dark outside. So let's change our settings here to be nice and clear. Summer, morning. Much better. Maybe now it doesn't look so drab. Yeah, nice and bright. Just makes it a little easier to see, maybe. Yeah, time of day isn't much better, but oh well. It's a little better, but here's our Army. It's got kind of a olive drab color. D-Day. The D-Day landings. Normandy. It's got that, the D-Day camouflage that was used on a lot of the aircraft during the fight. I forget specifically which one this one is. It was kind of like the desert cam. Desert sand colored. The Navy. Kind of an odd choice with this, this maroon going on down below. I imagine it's to give the illusion of like a ship. Ships typically have that red kind of rust repellent used on the bottom of them, on the bottom of the hull, typically below the waterline. So that's probably what they're aiming for with that. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Got the Navy. Oogie boogie on over to here. We got our non-mil heritage units. CP's old maroon and gray with block lettering and cursive. Same paint scheme on both of them, but just different lettering. And then we got their current red. I don't know what else you'd call this. Right? It's just red. There's not a lot going on with this paint scheme. Solid red. Now, to my knowledge, all these locomotives are the same. As far as their core, like the core locomotive is identical across the board. It's just the paint schemes that change. So detail-wise, there really won't be anything different. Sound-wise, they're going to be the same across the board. Your big difference is the paint schemes themselves. But they are done really, really nice. A little bit blurry up close on that Beaver logo. Those headlights, though. Dang. Headlights look awesome. Yeah, texturing can be a little blurry when you get right up on it. Not something you'll really notice. Typically you're not going to be, you know, right here whenever you're operating the locomotive, but when you do get up close like this, it is very obvious. Texturing is a little bit blurry. This panel here is just a line drawn around the object here. Very blurry, but you get out here and it's not wildly noticeable. Out to a reasonable distance. All the bells, buttons, and whistles up top. Now I will say I have mixed feelings about the weathering. You know, it doesn't look too bad around the exhaust, but up here, I don't know. I'm not wildly fond of it. It looks more like a locomotive that's sat under a tree. Like, you guys have seen those old cars that sit out under a tree for years on end, and they get that black sap all over the top of them. That's what it looks like. I'm not wildly sold on it, but whatever. Exhaust fans, they all look real nice. Grab irons. Just overall a darn good looking locomotive. Now there are some unfortunate items like these that are, they look a little dated. Not real fond of them. These old 2D latches here, 2D texture latches. You know, they're nah. That's one item I'm not a fan of. Not when the rest of the model looks, you know, phenomenal. Let's see. That's pretty cool. That's legible. The warning here. The electromotive plate here. It's pretty cool. Manufactured in the U.S. October 98. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can read all that. I wonder if it's different. 6843-8. 6843-8. Ah, sad times. It doesn't change per locomotive. But yeah, at least it's legible. That's pretty cool. Looks like all the labels are pretty freaking legible, which is awesome. It's kind of rare to see a model that you can read everything on. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I mean, even the warning labels here are all legible, which is pretty darn cool. Ah, that doesn't look too good. That right there compared to that kind of looks pitiful. Not too bad when you get back here, but when you get up close enough to be able to read all this, it's kind of obvious that that's a lower texture. Yeah, the truck plate there doesn't look too great. It's just overall a darn good looking locomotive. You can see through the radiator grating here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. It's just overall a really nice looking locomotive. Boogity boogity boogity. Let's oogie and boogie on over to our functioning locomotives. Sitting here at an idle. Sound is pretty nice at idle. It's not obnoxiously loud or anything. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So, it does have to go through an initialization process, as most of the jointed rail locomotives do. So it'll have to just kind of set up and whatnot for the game, which, you know, it's got a lot going on. Can't hate on it. Yeah, look at it. That's all nice and legible. Ooh, 3D bolts. You know, I should have set up a dark scenario too, so you could see if these were reflective. Let's go inside. Now, most everything is touchable. Bells, buttons, whistles, flips, switches. All of it's touchable. Very nice. It does have a advanced start and stop as well as a simple start and stop, depending on what floats your boat. The wording could be better, I think. I've definitely seen some models that have much more legible lettering. So yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Overall, the lettering's just kind of meh. Lower textured lettering. Cab itself actually looks pretty nice, though. Nice and quiet. Engineer overhead lights. Wiper control, wiper control. Should be desk light. Yep. That doesn't look phenomenal. That's nice and legible. Huh. People make an awful lot of noise at my front door. Let's see, what else we get to play with? That's entertaining. The cab door through the floor here, through the stand. Well, let's see, what do we got? Emergency light reset, engineer aux heater, ground lights, pilot step lights, number board lights. Yeah, turn it all on. Gen field, don't want that on. Front headlights. Man, even the logos are kind of nice. What do we got here? Ah, air conditioning. Canada in summer. I might need it. I might just want a fan. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's cool. It's got a fan noise. So we're gonna want some headlights here. Those full bore. Let's see, what do we got down here? Of course, our throttle switch is right square in the way, but it should be our rear headlights. Yeah, we'll turn those on, why not? Ditch light control, turn those on. Front and rear. What we got here? We got manual sand, lead axle sand, EOT emergency safeguard, alerter, of course our throttle, reverse, and dynamic. Our bell switch, horn valve. Pretty sure most of this can be played with as well. Indeed. Maybe I lied. Cab door. Yeah, it's the cab door poking through. Ah, well. Still the cab door. Still the cab door. It's all the cab door poking through. That's weird. Oh well. I do believe that you can set up the radio. Let's see what we got. Train brake, independent brake, Go back here in the back. Maintenance lights we don't get. Fresh air makeup blower we don't get. Horn enable, not existent. Isolation switches, run. Dynamic brake cutout. Auto start. Single unit. Oh, we don't get to play with those. Engine start, stop. Let's see, key bindings. Throttle, dynamic, independent, horn, bell, front, rear, alerter reset, alerter override, engine prime, engine start, shut down, rear light. Yeah. Isolation switch, I. Oh, there it goes. Can't control the headlights though. That's wacky. Oh well. Come over here. Oh. Ah, there we go. The front door. Which does show up. Very cool. Audio does change. That's pretty nice audio too. Let's see. Can I open this one? Sure can. Toilet right here. Dang. Can't close the toilet door. You're stuck with that wide open. Oh well. Let's see what we got over here. Cab door. Yeah, that is indeed the cab door. Emergency brake. Conductor aux heater. We don't get any of that. Of course, our windows, which do make audible difference. Very nice. Now you can open the rear. It's just kind of hard to see it, but it is there. It does translate outside. Pretty nice. Horn. Very nice. Very enjoyable. That bell cell's wonderful. So let's move out here to... Yeah, the distant sounds is real nice. Sound occlusion, I believe, is what they call it. Close our back door and listen to it with all the windows closed. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now we do have to go back to the other locomotives. I have no idea what button that is. But we gotta check that our gen field switch is up. Our isolation switch is to run. Interesting. I have no idea what that bell goes to. odd switch. Anyway. Locomotive's got to be in run. Does kind of kill me. You can't swap that, but oh well. And these others don't make noise, which is kind of odd. Oh well. Pull that up. Ah, it says the engine is off. Interesting. We can indeed play with the radio, apparently. To enter a narrowband AAR frequency, press the CHAN button. Next, enter the first 3 digits of the transmitting TX channel by pressing the corresponding digits. Repeat the same for the 3 digits of the receiving channel. So, let's see, 085, 085. Cool. Very cool. I like it. Let's check our track here. Be sure we're not plowing anything weird on our way out. Ooh, I like that bass. That sounds wonderful. That lighting looks really nice. It is kind of entertaining though that the ground light here are like a bright LED white, while the headlights are definitely not. Same with the number boards, almost a greenish LED color. Boy, that bass is wild. Whoops. Need that. Man, these things sound nice. Now, I don't have a particularly heavy train to warrant, what do I got, 5 locomotives here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I don't have a I don't have a wildly heavy train for 5 SD70s, but oh well, I guess. Oh, I can fold the mirror in and out. It is kind of nice that it takes a second for the locomotive to respond to your throttle, so it doesn't immediately wind up and take off. It does take a second for the traction motors to catch up to the engine itself. You know what? Curiosity killing. Let's just go ahead and grab 8. Dude, that exhaust looks awesome. Pretty sure we're absolutely cruising through here for a yard, but oh well. In usual fashion, those Searchlight sounds are awesome. Huh. That's cool. Hmm. Yeah, I like it. Very nice. Probably not operating these things even remotely properly, but that's okay. Man, that engine sound is nice. Mm-hmm. That auto belt could get a little bit annoying for any kind of long haul, but yeah, it's okay. That's cool. It's 50. Yeah, wind up. Let it go. Man, that sounds cool. I get a kick out of the creaking and groaning too. That's entertaining. Yeah, these things sound absolutely slick. Functioning radiator fans there. I like the dynamic exhaust too. It's definitely some of the best looking exhaust in game, without a doubt. For a diesel locomotive, like that looks really good. It doesn't look like Minecraft squares, doesn't look like cotton balls. And it changes depending on whether or not the engine is having more put on it or not. Like that, see? That's pretty sick. Alright. Should be our train brake, yeah. The dynamic setup, that's pretty nice. It does indeed sound very nice. I wonder, does it show any sand? No, no sand, unfortunately. Anyway, here it is, guys. Probably ran it like an absolute can't say that out loud, but anywho. The Searchlight Simulations SD70ACu Canadian Pacific Pack. Available on their website right now. Link in the description. Highly recommend checking it out. Obviously, I gotta play around with it a little bit more and figure out how to run this thing right and proper like. But it looks gorgeous. It sounds awesome. So if you haven't checked it out before, definitely recommend it. If you haven't checked out any of their products, I highly recommend it. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.